Yo, yo, yo. What's up, guys? My TTG fam. How's everybody doing tonight? What's up, guys? Welcome, 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 all my TTG fam. Welcome to the True Trading Group YouTube channel. If you are new, my name is Michael Edward, guys. I'm the head trader at True Trading Group. Joining me tonight on this live stream is Jason the Wolf Spatafora. Jason, say what's up to the crew.
What's up to the crew?
How was everyone's day today, guys? How was everyone's day? We got a nice little live stream tonight. Tonight I'm going to be talking with you and recapping NOVN, which was a huge winner for me today, a 41% gain on NOVN. I made two trades today. I was 1 for 2, but NOVN was an absolute slam dunk, home run, grand slam. Whatever other sports analogy that you want to put a name on it, guys. This was a beautiful trade from 94 cents up to a final take profit of $1.33. Almost top ticked this stock today, guys. The high of the day on this was $1.34, and my final take profit was $1.33. So just an absolute beautiful trade on NOVN. There's a couple of technical lessons that I'm going to discuss with you. I'm going to cover with you regarding this particular trade. And it's something that I think a lot of you can really learn from, because there was a particular setup here on NOVN and it made a lunchtime move. Now, I don't really trust lunchtime moves and lunchtime breakouts. I usually don't trade them, but I did today. And I want to go over with you and explain to you the difference. I want to explain to you why I don't trust lunchtime breakouts, why you will rarely ever see me enter a trade going into lunchtime. I want to explain that to you first. Then I want to explain to you why I ended up straying away from that rule, making an exception on NOVN and going after this trade at 94 cents and taking profits along the way, being very patient with this trade. I held on to this trade for a couple hours. Again, guys, I'm not a scalper. I'm not in and out within seconds. My trades last several minutes to several hours long, sometimes several days. Today, NOVN, I held on to this trade for several hours and pulled out a 41% gain on my final take profit. And I'm going to recap this trade with you. The Wolf is with me here, guys. Also, he had a beautiful trade on IWM put options, a thing of beauty. And what I'm most impressed with here today was we had a very choppy day again in the overall markets. For the entire day, the SPY was just going like this. Until the end of the day, we had some headlines come out of Washington regarding the progress or lack thereof for a new stimulus bill to provide stimulus now that the unemployment benefits are going to be set to run out at the end of this month. They're working on a new stimulus bill for people with the coronavirus, and obviously with everything that's still going on and the economy still being semi shut down. There was some headlines coming out that there are some disagreements on some points on the stimulus bill, and that caused a sell-off late in the day in the overall markets. So aside from that move, we had a very choppy day. And today required a lot of patience. Today required being very selective, waiting for grade A opportunities and grade A setups, and not falling victim to trading for the sake of boredom. I'd rather be bored than lose money any day of the week. And I waited. I was patient, waited for NOVN, caught that move, capitalized on it beautifully, and I'm going to recap that trade with you. So that's what we're going to talk about on this live stream. Okay, that's what we are going to discuss. Who do we have with us here today? See if I see a couple of faces that I recognize. And you're damn straight I recognize them. My TTG fam. I see Justin Fox and Big Bala, Judy, Shaban, Joshua Greer, my man. Sean Miller, always count on Sean Miller. Maestro Cam, Ricky Jennings, Gustavo, I see you. William Robson, Kevin Cooper, Kathy Kaminsky, Laura Hope, Paul, Allen, Das Nail, Billy Gore, Dave S., Lynn Jacob, Mavericks in the house. Yes, Farah Abrar just finished his training and just became TTG certified. Farah Abrar, congratulations, just became TTG certified. Beautiful. Congratulations. Where should I go from here? Farad, now I recommend that you implement what you learned in our trade simulator. So True Trading Group has a trade simulator where you can trade stocks and options with fake money and hone your skills and implement what you just learned in the courses with real-time quotes. We have real-time level 1 and real-time level 2 with our trade simulator. I would say practice on the trade simulator now, Farad. Now that you've completed all the courses, you become TTG certified, and practice honing those skills and implementing what you've learned. Try practicing that on the simulator before you start trading with real money. That's what I think you guys should do next. Harvey, what's up? Todd Russell, James Cumby, Tony Williams, D'Angelo, Leonard, Stacy Taylor. I love it. Chris Botsis never misses a live stream. Chris, I see you. What's up? Mike Chamberlain, what's going on, guys? TTG Max, yes. Zuga, R. Hirsch, my man. R. Hirsch. Rod McLean. Oh, man, I love it. 2% a day keeps the doctor away, keeps the job away. 2% a day keeps the doctor away, or keeps the job away. Sorry, I keep getting mixed up. I love it. I love the usernames. I really do. King Kong's in the house. Zach, I love it. All right, guys, real quick. Richie Scalia in the house. I see you, Richie. What's up? Beautiful. Yes. NC 600. Congratulations. NC 600 just also became TTG certified tonight. Hell of an accomplishment. NC 600. Beautiful. Hell of an accomplishment. Great job. Great job. Wilson Lou says, what's up, Mike? I missed TTG already. It's only been 4 hours. Wilson Lou, man, I miss you guys too. I can't wait for tomorrow morning. All right, guys, how many people do we have here today? How many people do we have here today that it's your very first time on the TTG live stream? It's your first time on the True Trading Group YouTube channel. If you are not a TTG member, but this is your very first time on the True Trading Group YouTube channel, how many first timers do we have here? Wolf, you see that? They said great day with Pizza Mike and Grandpa Wolf.
Yeah, no. They call you Pizza Mike and me Grandpa Wolf.
Oh, man.
Guys, they call me Grandpa Wolf because I yell at you like an old man, like when a kid goes on their lawn, except I'm yelling at you to take profit.
He does, literally. He yells at people when they're not following their rules. Let's see, first timers. We got Maverick, Holly Hunter, D'Angelo Jones, Bruno Castro, BR, Wrights Might, Babla Howlader, LD, I definitely just butchered your name, I'm sorry. LD Dolphe, Roy Edwards, Bob Stone, Alan Folidare, Diva Andrea, Sandy Johnson, Eddie Valmy, what's up? Kyle Smith, what's going on? Yes, beautiful. Guys, we go Sieti Trades, Dyron Afarian, Gregory Theodorides, Ender 1958,
Enrico Palazzo,
George Massey, PLR Education, woo, Janet Johnson. Wow, guys, we got a lot of first timers with us here today. Oh, I love it. Welcome all of our first timers. You guys are in for a treat. Welcome all of our first timers. You're lucky because you guys just came across what I think, and I'm not just being biased because it's my YouTube channel. I'm telling you guys from one trader to another that I think the True Trading Group YouTube channel is where you are going to get by far the greatest education that you have ever received on any other online resource that you've ever come across at this stage in the game. Because I provide you guys with free lessons every single day, both technical and mental lessons on the True Trading Group YouTube channel. It's the same education that I received working at a hedge fund in New York City. A lot of those new faces that are joining us on this channel, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. You're going to want to subscribe because I share with you information that I learned working at a hedge fund. I was the youngest junior portfolio manager at my hedge fund. We managed about $500 million. In 2008, I won a Trader of the Year award. And I take the education that I received working at that hedge fund, I implement it in my own trading, and I share that information and education with all of my TTG members and my TTG family. There's an entire TTG curriculum that is on the course, that is on the website for our TTG members. that's on the website for TGD members. That is a simplified version of a 3-month educational training program that I went through when I worked at that hedge fund. Okay. So I share with you maybe, I'd say probably 10 or 15% of the curriculum is on the YouTube channel. It's really just the tip of the iceberg. But even just that 10, 15% of the curriculum, I guarantee you guys, it's more education than you've probably received over the last couple of years of researching stuff online, because it's a true professional education. It's not a gimmick. It's not some special secret. It's not anything I figured out in my mom's basement. It is an education that I received working at a $500 million hedge fund in New York City, and that's what I share with all of our members. So right when I came on this live stream, you heard a lot of people talking about being TGD certified and becoming TGD certified, and what does that mean? At the end of every single course is an exam. If you score 85 or higher on the exam, you get a badge for that course. If you get all of your badges, you become TGD certified. You get a certificate. You can print it out, hang it on your wall, put it on your desk, share it on social media. You also get a green check mark in chat. Lets other members know and lets people know that you have received a professional education. Your opinion now means something. Your opinion carries weight. It's more valuable now because you know what you're talking about. You received that education. And that's the whole point of True Trading Group, is to have as many traders as we possibly can that know what to look for, so that we can all make each other better traders. It's not just about follow the leader. It's not just about follow me and follow the wolf. Plenty of times throughout the day, members bring setups and stocks to my attention that I was otherwise not looking at, and it turns out to be a fantastic setup, and I go after it, make a trade, and make some money, and I owe some people some steak dinners. That's what being part of a trading community is all about. That's what being part of the TGG family is all about. So all of our new members that are just joining us for the very first time, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I want each and every single one of you right now, before I get into my Q&As, I'm going to start this off with a Q&A, okay? I'm going to start off this live stream with a Q&A, same thing I do with every live stream, but I'm not going to take a single question until every single one of you hit that like button for me right now. I want every single one of you that are watching this right now to hit that like button, and then I'm going to open the floor up. I'm going to do a blanket Q&A session. I'll take maybe 15, 20 minutes of questions, either for me or the wolf. You guys can just, fire away with your questions, and then I want to get into the trade recap on NOVN and show you guys how I was able to pull out a 41% gain on this setup, and go over the setup with you in detail so that you know what to look for the next time this exact same setup appears and you're ready to capitalize on the move. Okay. So with that said, guys, go ahead. Everybody start smashing that like button and then fire away, and we can ask some questions, and then I'll take questions once we have enough likes that get smashed. Yo, Reese, what's up, Reese? I see you, bro. What's going on? Tommy. Glenny trades with the River Palm Terrace. It's a great restaurant, my man. It's a great restaurant. Nice. Be nice. Be nice. Hell yeah. Be nice says it's my third group chat. Tomorrow, my housemate and my trading mentor are signing up. Really enjoyed, and we're able to turn a profit using each of our tokens for Tuesday. You guys are the best. Nice. Be nice. Welcome to the family. Laura Hope, you're the best. Laura Hope says it's amazing. It's an amazing platform to learn. TTG is a game changer. I love it. Justin Fox says, guys, I came across. It's the best group ever. I love it. Leo says, facts, facts, facts. Maestro Cam, TTG is the Netflix of stock education. I love it. Beautiful. Excellent, guys. All right, so let's start off. We'll take our first question. Like I said, we're going to do maybe 15, 20 minutes of questions, guys, and then we're going to get into the trade recap and the breakdown from the day. Let's see. First question. Let's see. Mike, what would you consider a good winning to losing trade ratio to be considered a good consistent trader? So, Dave S. Okay, so anything over 70%, I would say, is professional. Professional stats, what I'd say would be if you're over 70% accuracy. If you're over 60% accuracy, you're a very good trader. If you're over 50% accuracy, you're a consistently profitable trader. If you are over 40%, you're still an amateur trader that's still trying to get profitable, but you're probably right around the break-even point. And below that is where you're consistently losing money. The goal is to obviously get you to where you're in the 60s, okay? And then professional trader stats would be above 70. And one of the things that you really have to be very conscious of and you really have to focus on when it comes to, being consistently profitable is why it's so important for you to keep control of your downside and manage your risk to the downside. Because the concept is, let's think of it this way. Let's say for the ease of math, let's say on a losing trade, you lose $500 per trade, right? Let's say that's what you do. Your risk is $500 per trade. So that's you set your position size so that if you get stopped out, you lose $500 on a trade. If that is the case and you lose $500 every single time that you are wrong, and you're going after trades where you're getting at least 2-to-1 risk reward on that trade, you should be making somewhere close to $1,000 when you are right. So now when you do the math on that, if you're going to make one losing trade and lose 500, you're going to make a second losing trade, you're going to lose 500. Now you're down $1,000. Then you make another trade and it's a winning trade. Let's say you make $800, okay? Because you're taking profits on the way up and maybe you make $800 when you're right. Well, that almost nearly wipes out your loss of $1,000, okay? So because of that ratio and because of that scenario, that's how you can actually be consistently profitable and still only be right 45% of the time. If you are right 50% of the time, without any question of a doubt, you should be consistently profitable because you should be making more money when you are right than you are losing when you are wrong. If you were to look at your trading stats right now and your average loss is 500, but your average win is 400, you are doing something wrong when it comes to managing your position size during your trade. You're either not stopping out when you're supposed to and you're holding losing trades too long, or you're jumping out of winning trades too quickly. Okay, it's one of those two, or it could be a combination of both. But your average win should always be bigger than your average loss. Okay, so those are some statistics that you can think about. Jeffrey Wu says, will I still get all the lesson benefits from your course if I don't have 25K in my account? Oh, God, Jeffrey, absolutely, man. Absolutely, Jeffrey. We have many members that have less than 25K in their accounts. Guys, you do not need over 25 grand in your account to make money trading. You just don't. Sean, where are you, Sean? Sean Miller, where are you? Sean is always my example. I always go to Sean. Mike Freyberg, hell yeah. Mike Freyberg just made $5,600 today on a $3,700 account. That's incredible, actually. But you made 38 trades. Wow, that's a lot of trades. That's a lot of trades. Mike, great job, Mike. Those are excellent stats, bud. Great job. I mean, that's way more trading than I do. I usually make like 3 or 4 trades a day. So you definitely trade a lot more than I do. But excellent job. Those are some great numbers, Mike. Well done. Only 5 losers. Great job. All right. There's Sean Miller. So yeah, guys, you definitely do not need 25K in your account. You know, Sean, I always use Sean as an example because I'm so damn proud of him. Started True Trading Group, not really knowing anything, had $500 in his account, and within 1 month turned it into $3,600. And you know, we have a lot of members that have $1,000, $5,000, $10,000, $2,000 in their trading account, and are able to consistently make money and are working towards building that account up to where they're over $25,000 and they're not bound by that PDT rule. But you will get value from the lessons on all the courses, Jeff, or Jeffrey. I should, call it right. Jeffrey Wu was the person that asked the question. Even if you don't have 25K, how many TGD members are watching this video right now that got value from the courses but have less than 25K in their account? Guys, just comment in chat. Comment in TTG members if you have less than 25 grand in your account and you got value from the courses and you have learned how to be a better trader. Just comment in chat so Jeffrey can see you. Nice. Shaban Rahman, a new TTG member. Shaban's a new member. Less than 25K in his account. Made $900 today. Great job. Here you go, guys. Look, RJ John, Babla, NC600, Shaban, Garen, Frank, Rod, Games, look at all these people, guys. Dominic, Corey, Judy, Hanson, Joseph, FOMO, Jeffrey, Oceana, Bradley, guys, look at all the TGG members. Joshua Greer, Sean, Leo, King Khan, Kathy. So, guys, look at this. Look at how many people you have that are commenting in chat right now. Look, Paul, yes, Paul started with less than 25. Now, Paul, $34,000 in his account. Yes, Paul. Yes, yes, yes. I love it. Flip started with $500, now up to 2,000. Beautiful. Hell yeah. Absolutely beautiful.
I'm chiming in. Grandpa Wolf is chiming in. I just finished some tapioca pudding. If you only have $1,500 in your account, $500 in your account, well, guess what? Without TTG, that money's going to go pretty quickly. And that's the thing, it's not just about the money it makes you. It's about the money it saves you. And the money that it saves you over time, it can't be quantified.
Yeah.
If your account's going up, think of it this way. For Paul, who I think it was Paul, who made $34K from a small account, well, guess what? If his account was small, and let's say it saved him every day from making stupid trades that made it possible for him to get up and grind up to that amount.
Yep.
So that's how you have to look at it. It's not like, I'm spending $1,100 on this thing. Oh, okay. Well, I wish I spent $1,100 when I first started trading.
Yep.
It would have saved me a lot of money.
Yep.
So and a lot of time, and here's the thing, guys. When it comes to time right now, getting an education in this market and understanding how to deal with this market is going to make you such a good trader, and not just a good trader, but a good investor when all of this stuff blows over. Because right now you're having to trade in one of the harshest environments that traders like myself and Mike have ever seen. And to be able to navigate what is going on right now currently and still be consistently profitable, when all this is done, it's going to be like playing basketball against a 12-year-old kid and just swatting them every time.
It's so true. Yeah, that's a really good point, guys, that the Wolf brings up, because I always say that it's always better for traders to learn in like a challenging market, because then when markets heat up and things open up and you get these really wide range moves, you just absolutely crush it. I want to point out just a couple of other comments from a couple of other people. Guys, listen, here, Games from $1,500 account to $4,800 in less than 2 months. You had, there was a couple other people that commented here. Oh, here we go. James Cumby. James Cumby was at $22,000 account when he became TTG certified. Today, his account's at $40,000 in less than a month. That is a 100% gain on his account in 1 month's time from going from 22K TTG certified to now a $40,000 account. Guys, Salahaddin, $4,500 on Tesla. Paul made $7,000 just today. Wingarod, $400 today. Mindy Mills, $1,100. Oceana Traders got less than $25,000, but just made $1,000 on MRNA puts. I mean, guys, look at this. Here, Chris 305 has a small account, made $929 today. Guys, I mean, these are some of the results. These are some of the results that you're dealing with. I mean, look, Maestro Cam made his subscription back in 2 days. A 1-year membership made it back in 2 days. Imagine what you're going to do the rest of the year, guys. Imagine what you're going to do the rest of the year. Appnonymous says, I've learned more here than some other places and don't even have an account, but I do simulation trading. I've only lost on 2 trades. That's incredible. That's absolutely incredible. Todd Russell says, before TTG, I was afraid to take profits. Now I'm a beast. Hell yes. Hell yeah, guys. I love it, man. I love it. I love reading all this stuff. Schmemsta, $550 profit today. Oh, Ricky, yes, Ricky started 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago with $2,000. Currently at $5,100. That is more than 100% gain in just 2 weeks. Oh, Ricky, that's incredible, man. That's incredible. Kevin Cooper, not even a full TTG member, was just a guest in chat today. Just a guest. $400 profit today. $400 profits. He says, I'm signing up tomorrow after I sell some more. I learned more in 1 day than I have in the last 2 months. Kevin Cooper, in 1 day as a guest in chat today, because, guys, today was TTG Tuesday. The chat room was open for free for everybody to come in, see what it's like to be part of the TTG community. So the chat room was open. Kevin Cooper came in as a guest, made $400 today, and you just heard him. Kevin Cooper said, I learned more in 1 day than I have in the last 2 months. That's what I'm talking about. Mike, in 1 day, Mike Freyberg, $3,700, now a $9,000 account in just 1 day. Parish Baker up $125 today. Nice job. FOMO Extraordinaire up $1,200 today. Beautiful. Chris 305, guys, I just made my membership fee back in 2 days. Between yesterday and today, membership fee made back. Laura Hope says, it's so true. I made my subscription in 5 days. 5 days made her subscription back. Incredible. Mike, 119% gain in 1 day. Das Snail says, I knew absolutely nothing when I joined TTG a little over weeks ago. I now have the confidence to actually start trading with real money. And needless to say, my paper account's looking juicy, up $800 today. This is incredible. Ricky Jennings, guys, I was a guest also today in chat, and it opened my eyes. I made $600, made me make the leap. Do it. I'm now a member. Ricky Jennings, welcome to the family. Great job today making $600 as a guest. That's what I'm talking about, guys. This is the shit that gets me pumped. I love reading this stuff. Parish Baker, I made my membership back in 1 hour. Parish Baker made my membership fee back in 1 hour. I love it. Tony Williams says, I didn't even know how to take profit until I joined True Trading Group. Yes. Michael.
I didn't know how to make profit until Grandpa Wolf yelled at me.
Yeah, right. Michael MC Trades made $150 today as a guest in chat. Beautiful. Well done. Well done. I love it, guys. This is incredible. RJ John, it's my pleasure, man. It really is. Honestly, from the bottom of my heart, RJ. RJ says, Mike, I'm sure I speak for the TTG family. We really appreciate you so much. Thanks for doing this for all of us. RJ John, it's my absolute pleasure. It's my absolute pleasure, guys. Whoa, Justin Fox! Woo! Justin Fox made $100,000 in just 3 weeks. Joined 1.5 months ago. Best thing I ever did in my life was to join you, Mikey, and Grandpa Wolfie. Yes! Now we're talking big money, Justin Fox. That's big boy money. Yeah, baby. Yes. Yes.
What did you trade? I want to know what you traded.
Yeah, Justin, Wolf wants to know what you were trading. Woo! That's incredible, man. Great job, Justin. Justin, I am super friggin' proud of you, man. I am super friggin' proud of you, bro. Seriously, Justin. I am so damn proud of you. Holly Hunter says, how do I get in here? Holly, are you talking about like how do you join True Trading Group? Holly Hunter says, how do I get in here? You talking about a membership? Yes. Okay. Yeah. So Holly Hunter's asking about a membership. Yeah, sure. Okay. Yeah. So I'll tell you guys about. Okay. Oh, so 2 people now. 3 people. Okay. So 3 people are all right. All right. I'll tell you. I'll just tell you guys about it now. I was gonna wait till after the Q&A to kind of talk about membership, but since a couple of Holly Hunter and 2 others, Kim and John asked about memberships. Yeah, Brian B says yes, she wants to join the fam. Yes, Saeed, I do recommend TC2000. I use it for charting only. I don't trade with TC2000. I trade with Lightspeed, but I do recommend TC2000 for charting. The gold package, the gold plan is fine. You do not need the platinum package. The platinum package is a waste. Yes, Baby Zay, you can absolutely do this part-time. You work a 12-hour shift. Absolutely, we do have a lot of part-time traders. We have a mobile app that allows you to follow along with what it is that we're trading in chat with the screen share, the audio analysis, and real-time push notifications. So if you can't be sitting in front of your computer in chat, you can still follow along with what it is that we're doing during the day. Jeffrey Wu says, I'm interested also. Carlo wants to know about a membership. Cole wants to know about a membership. All right, guys, I'm just going to tell you guys. Eddie wants to join as well. Okay, guys, I've got a lot of questions about memberships. Guys, real quick, let me just tell you guys about the membership, explain to you how you guys can join True Trading Group, because our prices are going up in August. We're adding a lot of new features to the website in August. Like in July, our prices went up from June to July because we added a trade simulator with real-time quotes. We added a stock screener. We added a TGD forum. We've got workshops, like virtual workshops. So our prices went up in July. We're adding new features again. Our prices are going to go up in August. So right now is the best time for you guys to actually take advantage of getting a membership with us. Use the coupon code TTG720. That's TTG720. That's going to get you guys a 36% discount on a 1-year all-inclusive membership plan to True Trading Group. We're going to post a link in chat for you guys shortly. Just click on that link. Use that coupon code. You'll get a 36% discount. It'll get you access to every single resource and educational tool that we have available. You guys get access to all of our courses. Beginner stock trading, advanced stock trading, beginner options, advanced options, trader psychology part 1, trader psychology part 2, how to thrive during a stock market crash. We just came out with a brand new course on how to do your taxes when it comes to trading. We had a CPA put together an entire course that can help you guys with your taxes when it comes to trading. That's also included in your membership. I'm currently working on a swing trading course. It's going to be out very soon. That's going to be included in your membership. Any new course that comes out, I'm constantly adding new courses to the curriculum. It's included in your membership. Okay. There's never an upcharge for any educational tool or resource that gets added to the platform. All of it is included. Just like Netflix, guys. When Netflix comes out with a new documentary, they don't ask you to pay an extra $25 to watch the documentary. It's included in your membership fee. Same thing with your training group. So if you sign up today and I come out with a new course 2 weeks from now, you automatically get access to that course. Okay. That membership, by using that coupon code, like I said, gets you the 36% discount, gets you all of those courses. It gets you 1 year of access to our chat room where I share my screen. You see exactly what I'm doing during the day. And I'm on the microphone talking to you live, what I see, what I'm doing. I tell you where I'm buying and I tell you where I'm selling. I come on the microphone and say, guys, I'm looking for a pullback to the 5.15 area. I'm going to be a buyer. Then stocks moving higher. I'm like, guys, my profit target is my first profit target, $6. I've got an order out there at $5.94. Then my next take profit target is $6.50. I've got an order at $6.45. I will always tell you guys what I'm doing before I actually do it. It's very, very easy for you guys to follow my trades if you wish. I encourage you to also not only follow my trades, but learn, okay? Go through the courses, learn how to be a consistently profitable trader. That's how you guys will always be at your best. You get access to our trade simulator where you can practice honing your skills with fake money. You get access to our stock screener so you can filter through the stocks that are in play that day and know which stocks you should be focusing your attention on. You get access to our premium blog that's updated daily with trade recaps, trade ideas, general market commentary, other educational info. You get access to our mobile app that's available on iPhone and Android. Okay, that is so you can trade on the go seamlessly and easily. So on your smartphone or on your tablet, you can still be logged into the chat, see the screen share, hear the audio analysis, just like I'm talking to you now. You'll hear it on through the mobile app. And then you get real-time push notifications every time myself or one of the other TGD moderators enters or exits a trade. Okay, so that's included in your membership as well. In addition, the TGD forum, which is open 24/7, you can communicate with other TGD members on the TGD forum on various topics. You also get access to our Trader Palooza virtual workshops. So every once in a while, we do a Trader Palooza workshop where you guys will be able to join us. It's an all-day event, and myself and the other moderators, we do 1 hour workshops on various topics. Okay, we do 1 hour workshops on various topics. We send out a schedule with an itinerary so you can log in and out based on the topic of the workshop that you want to attend. You also will get access, anyone that signs up tonight by midnight Pacific time, so by 3 a.m. Eastern time, anyone that signs up tonight will get a guaranteed seat in one of my private trading study mentor groups, okay? Anyone that signs up tonight will get a guaranteed seat in my next, I'm doing one tomorrow. That one's already full, okay? The seats fill up fast. I do private study mentor group sessions now with a small group of traders where we dive in deep. It's about a 2 hour long class, and we dive in deep. We get detailed, and we talk about different topics and different lessons. I keep the class sizes small because I like that one-on-one mentorship touch, okay? I keep it small. This is where we dive in and we get down to the nitty-gritty, guys. This is when we start to peel back the onion of trading. We go through psychological aspects. We go through technical lessons and aspects. You can communicate with other TGD members and ask questions and communicate that way. It's through a Zoom meeting, okay? I share my screen. Others can share their screen. It's an entire mentor study group. Okay, for those of you that sign up with that coupon code by midnight tonight Pacific time, that's 3 a.m. Eastern, you will get a guaranteed seat for my next one next week. Okay, now remember, those spots fill up fast. Okay, those seats fill up quickly because I keep the classes small. But if you sign up tonight, you will get a guaranteed seat for my next class. Okay, a guaranteed seat for my next class. All right, guys. So all of that is included in your membership. So like I said, there was a lot of you that were asking about memberships. A lot of you were asking me, how do I join? How do I join? That, guys, click on that link that we just posted there in chat. Click on that link. It'll take you to our website. Enter that coupon code, and that will get you the 36% discount before our prices go up in August, and it'll also guarantee a seat in my next private study mentor group session next week. All right. Roger Shelton, nothing to worry about, man. Roger Shelton says, I'm 63, I'm upper management. I'm not sure if I have the brain power to learn all of this, though I find it intriguing. Roger, the beauty about the courses is that I have simplified the material. So you understand, guys, the courses that are on the website for you is the same information and material that I learned working at a hedge fund. So I've just simplified that information and I've created the courses. And I've broken the courses up into beginner and advanced courses. So if you have never traded a stock a day in your life, you have no clue what you're doing, the beginner courses start you off from day one, square one. They hold your hand through the entire beginner process. I mean, I'm talking, you know, absolutely nothing. The beginner courses hold your hand and they start you off from square one. The advanced courses, let's say you're already an experienced trader, you're already profitable, you're looking to just take your trading to the next level, you can forego the beginner courses and go straight to the advanced courses. Okay? You do not need some Ivy League education, or you don't need Wall Street experience to be able to grasp this knowledge, guys. Our TGG members are just average, everyday people, construction workers, military vets, school teachers, doctors. We actually even have stockbrokers from Morgan Stanley. We have a money manager that manages money for 50 different clients. Okay. But then we have small business owners. Okay. We have retirees. We have actually college students also that are members of True Trading Group. We have people from all walks of life, IT consultants, software developers. Okay. We have people from all walks of life, even professional athletes. Okay. We have members from all walks of life that are part of the True Trading Group family. Okay. So this is not something that, you can only do this if you're a pro trader. You're only going to get value if you're a pro trader. You're going to get value if you've been trading for 20 years and you're a successful trader and you're a Wall Street vet. You're going to get value in True Trading Group. If you've never traded a stock a day in your life, you have no idea what a stock even is or what it represents, you will get value on True Trading Group. And that's the beauty about the courses and the material. And when you receive a professional education, that's the beauty. The beauty is that when you get a real education, it doesn't matter what your skill level is. And I always say people, when you ask a trader, what's your experience level? I don't want to know your experience level. I want to know your education level, because you could be trading for 3 years, but if you have not received a professional education, my money is on a TTG member that's been trading for 3 months over you that's been trading for 3 years and has never received a professional education. Because in that situation, I'll take the 3 months of professional education over the 3 years of non-professional education. And in that scenario, I'll take an education level over experience level any day of the week. I will put my TTG members and their knowledge and the information that they have absorbed as a member of True Trading Group, I will put them up against anybody, because I know that they have received a professional education. And by making my TTG members better traders, I'm also in turn making myself a better trader, making the entire community better traders, because I'm one man. I can't follow 2,000 stocks throughout the course of a day. But if I have my TTG family that has the same education and the same information, they know what to look for, the same education that I have in scanning, looking for setups and saying, this is an A setup, this is a B setup, this is a C setup, that's going to make everyone a better trader. That's why I'm saying, guys, it's not just follow the leader. Okay, it's not like just follow what I'm doing and that's it. Don't say a word. No, when TTG members see something, they call it out. We talk about it. That's what being part of a trading community is all about. And that's what I mean by I'll take education level over experience level any day of the week. All right, what else? See if I missed anything else. Yes, Kathy Kaminsky. Kathy says, I'm 65 with a family. I started in April and I learn every day on my own schedule. Beautiful. Kathy, I love your commitment, Kathy. I love your commitment. I love it. You guys were commenting on some of your professions. I love it. Police officer, skincare technician, real estate, retired, freelance musician, truck driver. Oh, I love it. You guys are the best. Beautiful. Yeah, that's coming. Well, that William, that's coming. So William's asking because remember I said we're adding a bunch of new features. That's why our prices are going to go up in August. So we're going to be adding a real time charting software. So I love TC2000's charting software. I hate Lightspeed's. Lightspeed's charts make me want to vomit. But I trade with Lightspeed because their execution is by far, hands down, the best. But I love TC2000 for charts. So we're working with a developer to develop our own TTG charting software that's going to mimic TC2000 and be very similar to TC2000, but I'm going to add my own little twist to it to make it even better. So that's one of the features that will be included in your TTG membership. And that's another reason why in August, our prices are going to be going up. Just like in July, we added the trade simulator, we added the stock screener, we added the forums, we added a lot of features we added real-time level 1, real-time level 2. So all of those features, it's a data feed. It costs us money for every member that utilizes that real-time data feed. So we have to pay a data service provider a fee for that. So our prices went up in July. So I'm telling you guys now, again, our prices are going to go up in August. So right now is the best price that you're going to be able to jump on a True Trading Group membership for the entire year. It comes out to like a cup of coffee a day, guys. It's like $1,100 for the entire year. Think about what you're getting for $1,100 for the whole year. Okay. And that locks you in at that price. So next year, when your membership comes up for renewal, if our price is $1,300 or $1,400, you get grandfathered in at the price you pay today. So whatever your price you pay today is the price you renew at. You won't be renewing at our higher price later. So think about how much money that's going to save you over time. Okay. So I said, guys, that's what I'm saying. Take advantage. Use that coupon code TTG720. Take advantage of that 36% discount while you still can before our prices go up in August. All right. Now, let's get to the good stuff. Whew. Let's get to the good stuff now. Guys, let's talk about NOVN. All right. So NOVN was my big win of the day. Before I talk about NOVN, let me actually recap my first trade of the day, which was actually a losing trade. I always show you guys the good, the bad, and the ugly. Okay, my first trade of the day was MRNA. I want to just recap this trade for you and show you guys what it was that I was looking at. But my NOVN trade was a monster, so well more than covers my loss on MRNA. But like I said, I still want to show you guys the pattern that I was going after here with MRNA. So this morning, MRNA has a gap down. We had a big flush out day yesterday when AstraZeneca reported their data on their vaccine trial with Oxford. Okay. You also had, I believe there was a downgrade on MRNA yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. And that causes big flush out on MRNA. Okay. Huge down day yesterday. Okay. The stock closed at 95. We dropped all the way to 78. Okay. So this huge flush out on MRNA. We came down right to a major support level around 78. Here's your support level around 78. You can see here prior resistance on the 13th, prior support on the 15th. We then held that support level again yesterday. Okay. Yesterday, we bounced off that level and then faded back down to it. That was not a sustained bounce off that level. You see how we ended up drifting our way back down. So this was not a sustained bounce. You would have wanted to see the stock continue and sustain that bounce and get off that support level. So I read that as a weak support level. And when we gapped down today, I thought we had a chance of breaking that support level and working our way down to fill this gap down to at least 75, possibly even get down to this prior support level around 71. So that's what I was looking for coming into the day here on this MRNA. And when we gapped down today, we pushed back, we double topped. We double topped right there with the trade line. And when we had this trade line view up crossover, I went ahead and I got short MRNA right in here is where I got short. And I was looking for us to roll over, break below the low of the day right here, but we ended up sticking that low, bouncing back, and I covered my position right there. Okay, very manageable loss, nothing major, didn't get hurt or anything, just stuck to my stop loss. But my first trade of the day was a losing trade, and I wanted to just point that out to you because, like I said, I always share with you guys the good and the bad. Okay, so there was MRNA. But again, my big win today was NOVN, and this well more than covered. This tripled what I lost on MRNA because this was an absolute home run trade, talking 41% gain, 94 cents up to $1.33. This was an absolute beauty. Now, when I go and I want to start to recap this trade with you, okay, let me see something here. Let's see. All right. So NOVN. Guys, the first thing that I want to show you guys is on the daily chart on NOVN. Okay? It's on the daily chart on NOVN. All right? This is a major resistance level that we had here on NOVN in the mid-90s. Okay, this is a major resistance level we had here in the mid-90s. This is a gap entry point. You see this huge gap down on NOVN in January? Okay. See that huge gap down? That's your gap entry point. Okay. This is your gap entry point. All right. You then see in March, we rallied up to that level. We tried to break through that level and we got denied. So your gap entry point became resistance. Then you see again in June, we rallied up to test that level again and we got rejected again. So there's another entry point that gets rejected. Okay, so your gap entry point here showing you a very, very strong level of resistance. Then you see today, we broke above this level. Okay, we broke above this level. This entire setup is based on what I saw on the daily chart. Okay, this entire setup is based on what I saw on the daily chart. So there's that gap entry level. Now I'm going to leave that line up there. Okay, I'm going to leave this line up there. I'm going to go out to my intraday chart. Okay, I'm going to zoom this in so you guys can see more clearly. So here's that gap entry point level. All right, you see NOVN explodes here early in the morning. Now, I don't usually trade stocks that are this cheap. Okay, I don't usually trade stocks this cheap, but I just loved the setup on the daily chart, and I loved the volume on this move. Okay, when we broke through this level, when we broke through that gap entry point, look at that volume. That is about as beautiful and as clean of an increase in volume as you can possibly get through a resistance level. We've already been proven that this is a major level of resistance. 1, 2, 3 different times we tried to break through that area and were unable to do so. Notice the volume on those failed attempts. You're talking about 100 million shares traded on that day. Okay, just over 100 million shares traded on the day. Okay, where we failed to break through that level. So I'm going to say to myself, okay, well, we're going to need more than 100 million shares to break through this level. We already tried it twice. We're unable to do it those 2 separate times. Now we're coming in here today and you get this break through that level for the first time since that huge gap down in January. This is the very first time that this stock has traded above that level, and you get a massive increase in volume. That's what had me really, really like this setup on NOVN. And then we had a pullback to retest that area, and notice the volume on the pullback was significantly lighter than the volume on the surge through that resistance level. The volume that came in when we broke through that level told me that that resistance level has now been broken. When you break through a major resistance level, you have to understand what a resistance level is. A resistance level is resistance because there are a lot of shares for sale at that area. So in order to break through a resistance level, all of those orders need to be satisfied. All of those shares that are for sale need to be bought. So in order to break through and to confirm that the selling pressure that was at that level has been cleared out, you need that increase in volume. Otherwise, how are you going to get confirmation that the resistance level is truly broken? It's not sometimes just enough to just pierce through a resistance level, because there's plenty of times you'll see a stock pierce through resistance and then pull right back beneath it and then just get smoked. You need to see that strong volume through that resistance level to let you know that the sell orders have been satisfied. Then you see this pullback on much lighter volume. Okay, then you see this pullback on much lighter volume. Okay, I draw up my Fibonacci retracement levels on this. Oh, I didn't mean to just delete that. Okay, I draw up my Fibonacci retracement levels on this setup. All right. And we notice that your 50 Fibonacci retracement level is where we found an area of support. And we immediately got back above that level. Okay. Here was this line right here is my level. This line right here going across my screen. This was that level. This was that gap entry point. Okay. This was that gap entry point. Okay. So once we got back above this level, that's what I'm saying to myself, guys. I really am liking this setup on NOVN. We have broken above that resistance level that has held for the entire year, going all the way back to January. That level has held. We just broke through it. We pulled back. We're now back above this area. I like what I'm seeing. Then when I went over to the 15-minute chart, I want to show you guys the 15-minute chart. You will notice beautiful trade line support right there. Okay. You see how the 15-minute trade line was acting as an area of support? That also was your 50 Fibonacci retracement level. Okay. So see your 50 Fibonacci retracement level right here lines up dead even with your trade line. Okay. You guys see that? Your 50 Fibonacci level lines up with your trade line. And you see how strong of a bounce we got off of that level. Look at that candle. Look at that candle. There's no indecision in that candle whatsoever on that 15-minute chart. That was my indication that we have now cleared out that resistance level. We've cleared it out. Think about this, okay? When I go back to the 3-minute chart, we had this huge volume surge that took us through that resistance level. We pulled back, and then look how easily we bounced back above the level. On what volume? That told me right there the resistance is gone. Look how easily the stock just gets right back above the level. Again, remember what a resistance level is. It's a culmination of a shit ton of sell orders. And you need huge volume to break through it, to confirm you're through it. So once we got that volume through it, we had the pullback, and then we just got right back above the level like it wasn't even there. Like the level wasn't even there. That is when I came on the mic in chat and I said, guys, I really like this NOVN. TTG members, confirm. We have a lot of TTG members that are on this live stream. Confirm. Is this not the exact moment I came on the microphone and said, guys, I really like what I see out of NOVN. We're above that resistance level. That 15-minute trade line held. I don't usually enter trades that are as we're approaching lunchtime because it was around 11:30. Lunchtime is from 12 to 2. I don't typically trade from 12 to 2. If I'm already in a position, that's one thing. I'll just hold it. I'll manage it. But I very rarely will I enter a new position going into lunchtime or while we're in lunchtime already. But when this stock showed me that volume increased through the level, then we just got back above the level like it wasn't even there. The 15-minute trade line held support. The 50 Fibonacci level held support. I said, guys, this thing may go. This thing really may give you follow through, really may give you some continuation here today. Okay? That's what we're looking at. That's what we're looking at on NOVN. Okay? My TGD members, you guys can all confirm it. Okay? So going back to the charts, going back to the setup. The reason why I usually don't trade during lunchtime, let me explain that to you guys first. The reason why I don't trade during lunchtime is because more often than not, lunchtime breakouts fail more than they give you continuation. And the reason for that is because in order to get continuation on a breakout, you need strong, steady, increasing volume. That's how stocks gain momentum. That's how they give you follow through. Lunchtime volume is typically lighter. So that's why it's harder for a stock to give you follow through on a breakout because volume is lighter during lunch. And if you need strong, steady, increasing volume in order to get follow through, it's less likely to occur during lunchtime than it is in the morning or afternoon session when volume is typically higher. Now, this is not a 100% fail-proof rule. Sometimes stocks make runs during lunchtime, but more often than not, they'll fail. I recognize this and I realized this many years ago when I was going through and reviewing my trades in my trade journal. And I noticed that some of my worst losses were during lunchtime. And at the time, I didn't really understand why. This is many years ago. I didn't understand really why. I just said to myself, man, if I just stopped trading during this time of the day, I'd be up so much more money at the end of the month. So I just stopped doing it. I just stopped trading during lunchtime. And what do you know? Very next month, I noticed a difference in my P&L. And I noticed that my accuracy went up and my P&L went up. My net P&L at the end of the month went up. And it was like, oh, wow. And all I did was just, the only thing I did differently was just not trade during lunchtime. It's the only thing I did differently. And the more I looked into it is when I started to realize that, wow, okay, these stocks are failing because they're trying to break through the high of the day with lower volume and they're not giving you follow through and continuation. That's why those stocks are not really working out. So that's why I do not trust lunchtime breakouts unless they're accompanied with some of the heaviest volume of the day. In the case of NOVN, it was more the daily chart that got me into this trade because I said to myself, that was such a major resistance level. And now that I've gotten confirmation that this level is broken, I'm like, this stock could continue much higher. Now that this level is broken, this level has held resistance. It's a triple top going back from January. Okay. So once I saw the increase in volume on the way up through the level, and then how we just got right back above that resistance like it wasn't even there, I'm like, guys, that resistance broke. That resistance is broken. Look at the volume that was required to get back to $1. The stock got right back above that level like it wasn't even there. And that was when I said, guys, the level is broken. This is my confirmation. That resistance level is broken. The sell orders at that area have been satisfied. And right here is where I went and got long NOVN. I'll take you guys to the trade alerts on the day. Here you can see at 11:50 a.m. This is what I'm saying. I don't usually enter trades going into lunchtime, but I entered on NOVN because of this particular reason. You guys will see here long at NOVN at 9:46, right there at 94 cents and 6 tenths. So 0.946 was the entry on NOVN right there. And then we got this beautiful follow-through move. I mean, this was just an absolute thing of beauty as we climbed our way higher. My first take profit, as always, right in front of the high of the day. Back to my trade alerts, you can see here I took some profit at $1.04. We then broke through that high and extended. I took more profit off. Back to the alerts right there at $1.13. And then my final take profit at 2:44 p.m. Like I said, I held on to this trade for a couple hours. Okay, from 11:50 to 2:44, that's almost a 3-hour hold. Okay, that's almost a 3-hour hold to a final take profit right there. And the reason why this was my final take profit, the high of the day is $1.34. My final take profit was $1.33. Here it is right here, 244, final take profit, $1.33. That's a 41% gain on that position. What you guys will notice is after we broke through this previous high, we pulled back in, tested it, support, tested it, support, tested it, support, and we continued and we pushed higher later in the afternoon. Now, the reason why this was my final take profit target, let me show you why this was my final take profit target. 135 area was my final take. Why? This may continue higher tomorrow, actually. Okay? This could continue higher tomorrow. But here's my entry. First take, second take, final take. But now let me leave this lineup here, take you back to the daily chart and show you guys why this was my final take profit. Okay? Daily chart. Zoom all the way out. All the way back here. And I'm going to zoom this all the way in so you guys can see it. Okay. Now, this is a minor level. This is a minor level. This is not a major level. But I did not want to get greedy with this trade because small caps, honestly, guys, over the last 1 or 2 weeks, follow through has been a bit harder to come by, especially day 2 follow through moves. Day 2 follow through moves have been a little bit harder to come by. The stock was up big on the day. It was that lunchtime move. I did not want to get greedy with this trade, but you can see here a little minor resistance around $1.35 in early May. Once we got above it, you can see that level became support. Okay, this was a minor level, but again, understanding how small caps have been trading lately with follow through being a little bit harder to come by, I decided that I was going to go ahead and take my final profits off the table there in front of 134 as we got another extension to a new high. Okay, this was the first time that I've really seen a small cap. Well, not the first time, but lately it's been harder to get multiple new highs. Okay, so like you see how the stock new high, new high, new high. Okay, so you see how it keeps making multiple new highs throughout the course of the day? That's follow through. Okay, it's been harder to come by that kind of follow through in small caps lately. Lately in small caps, they'll run for the first 45 minutes of the day, and then they're done. You don't get new high, consolidate, new high, consolidate, new high. It's been harder to come by those type of patterns lately. So once I see that type of follow through in NOVN, we're approaching that minor level. I said, you know what? I've been in this trade for 3 hours now. We're coming out of lunchtime. I got that lunchtime move. It's hard for a stock to move higher in the morning, move higher during lunch, and move higher in the afternoon. Very, very difficult for a stock to maintain momentum throughout the entire course of the day like that. So I decided to stick to my game plan, take my final profit off the table there at $1.33. We had a slight pullback before the bell, and then we popped higher after hours. And now we're trading sideways after hours, and we finished at 124. So my final take profit off the table right there at $1.33. And that was a home run grand slam trade, guys, a 41% gain on my final take profit on NOVN. Brought me well into the green, almost tripled what I lost on well, not quite. More than double at least what I lost on NOVN, almost tripled what I lost on MRNA. Okay, so just an absolute home run trade on this NOVN, and it was a thing of beauty. Congrats. We had a lot of TC members that caught this trade off of this setup. It was an absolute thing of beauty, and I was on the microphone the entire way walking traders through this trade, step by step by step by step, telling you exactly where I'm taking profits, exactly where I'm entering, exactly where I'm selling, exactly where my stop loss was, exactly where my profit targets were. I was walking traders through this trade every step of the way, and it was an absolute thing of beauty. Okay. Does anybody have any questions? Does anybody have any questions about the NOVN trade? Anybody have any questions about what I just broke down, about the setup, about the technicals, about the chart pattern? Anybody have any questions? No, Big Bala, not really. And Big Bala says, Mike, is it true during lunchtime the algos are in full effect? I mean, algos are in effect all day long. Algos are in effect all day long. I wouldn't say that they're more active or less active at closer parts of the day. I'd say, if anything, they're the most active in the last like 5 minutes of the day. I think algos are the most active the last 5 minutes of the day. That's why you guys always see huge volume in the SPY right before the close. So you see how right before the closing bell in the SPY, you always have this increase in volume? You guys see this on the SPY? See right before the last couple minutes of the day, you always get these surges in trading volume. The reason for that is because when you have an algorithm that is running a buy program or a sell program that has a certain order flow that they need to fill throughout the course of the day, and they do not yet fill the entire balance of the order, they will go into hyperspeed to execute the rest of the balance of the order. And that's why you'll get a lot of action like this, where it seems like, you get these wild, crazy moves up and down, these huge volume surges in the SPY right before the close. It's because if a computer algorithm was given a command to sell 200,000 shares of a particular stock or a particular sector throughout the course of the day, and let's say there's 5 minutes left in the day and they still have a balance of 50,000 shares, it'll go into hyperspeed to try to just get out and fulfill the balance of that order if they're supposed to fulfill that order before the end of the day. So I'd say, if anything, I'd say they're the most active the last couple of minutes of the day. But does anybody have any questions specifically about NOVN? I actually did 25, 50, 25 on this one, guys. And honestly, it was for no other reason than I honestly just kind of forgot. Oh, algos are real. Algos are, yes, Matthew Higginson. Great question, Matthew. Matthew, great question. So now Matthew wants to know, is 92 cents now an area of support? You would look for that level to now become support. Okay. So you guys, if you drew this line across this area, right, it's like the mid to low 90s, and you see how it was an area of resistance, you would now look for, if the stock was to pull back into that area, you would now look for, yes, that level to act now as an area of support. Where would I take profits tomorrow, Brandon? Another great question. If it rises,
Quickly.
quickly, $1.50 for sure. $1.50 for sure. If this thing gets up to $1.50, I'd be taking profits off the table for sure. For sure, guys. No, Carlos, I did not. I was not really considering fundamentals on the trade. No. Yeah, guys, let me. Yeah, Noble Eagle, my man. I'm not trying to insult you, brother. Noble Eagle, I just saw some of your comments, man. I'm not trying to insult you by any means. Guys, Noble Eagle is actually a very, very good trader, and we've had a couple of conversations on YouTube with certain comments, and he's a very seasoned and experienced trader. Noble, I'm not insulting experienced traders. I'm saying that what I'm saying is that learning a professional education, you can be further ahead a few months into your trading career than someone that for 2 or 3 years has been bouncing around watching videos on YouTube and reading books and trying to figure it out on their own. So you can have a trader that never really got a professional education that's been trading for 2 or 3 years that will say, oh, I'm an experienced trader. I've been trading for 2 or 3 years, but you're still not profitable. So therefore, experience level, in that case, I'd rather take education level. So someone that's been trading for 6 months but got a professional education, okay, I would say that that trader would have a better chance of being consistently profitable than someone that's been trading for 2 years but never got an education, has been trying to figure it out on their own. That's what I'm saying by I'll put my TGG members that have received a professional education up against a 2-3 year experienced trader that's never received an education. I'll put them up against them all day long because I think that you're always going to be better off learning than trying to figure it out on your own. Like, I didn't become a consistently profitable trader because I just figured it out on my own. I was taught. I was taught a professional education from professional traders and analysts that worked for a hedge fund. Okay, so I had an early jump. I had an early jump on the game. You know, I wasn't trying to figure it out on my own. And that's what I mean by education level versus experience level. So I'm not trying to insult anybody. I just saw a bunch of your comments. All right, let's see. Anybody else have any? Lynn Jacob. Oh, there you go. Skip Trade says, I agree with Mike. Before TTG, I got beat joining another group. Since TTG, I made money and looking towards lifetime membership. Also, the education and Wolf's webinar last Friday, I already made 100%. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Let me see. So Lynn's question says, Mike, you enter on specific prices, but do you look for a particular candle in relation to the trade line, i.e. first green candle to close above trade line as confirmation? Not necessarily, guys. Like, I'm not, I'm not one of those traders that like waits for the candle to close. Like, some traders wait for that candle close. I don't really necessarily wait for the candle close. It's more so price action and volume analysis within that price action that gives me my confirmation and analyzing an overall setup rather than one individual candle. Gold stocks, I think, hold on to them. Jeffrey says, Mike, thoughts on gold stocks? Hold on to them. I think gold is going through the roof.
Yeah, silver also.
Yeah, silver had a huge day today. Silver had a huge day today. Oh, my God. Wolf, you see it after hours?
I didn't look at the price. I'm just,
Holy shit. I got to go to the futures. No, well, I just looked up the SLV ETF. That thing exploded after hours. Let me look up the future, the commodity. Let me look up actual futures.
We are 22.60.
We're up 5%. We're up 5% on the futures for silver. Oh my goodness.
That's a lot.
Oh, that is a lot. Wow. Wow. Guys, that's a lot. For silver futures to be up 5%, that's a lot.
Let that be a canary in the coal mine for you.
Wow. Asil Eris says, Mike, in a nutshell, how do you call your strategy? How do I call my strategy? I mean, I'm a traditional day trader. I'm not a scalper. So like my trades last several minutes to several hours. I'm definitely a technical analyst. Okay. I base my trades mostly on technicals. I do incorporate fundamental analysis to help me dictate sentiment. Like, which side of the trade do I want to be on? Like, am I bullish or am I bearish coming into the day? Okay. So like fundamentals, global macroeconomics, that type of stuff will help me pick sentiment to like what side of the trade do I want to be on. But my entries, my stop loss, my profit targets, that's fully based on the kind of describe my strategy.
Yeah, I'd say I'm a buy and hold in the stock department. And then, options are just fun.
All right. All right, guys. So if nobody else has any questions about my trade, okay, I'll get to the Wolf. I'll let him kind of run you guys through real quick his trade in IWM options here today.
I actually had two trades. I think I want to talk about the first one, which was QQQ puts from Monday.
Okay, shoot.
So, guys, obviously we know the NASDAQ has just been an absolute beast, just outperforming everything. And then yesterday, for the people that were in TTG, I did a check on the volume. Volume in the SPY, volume in QQQ. Because the move in QQQ was just completely oversized in my mind. Right? So, betting against QQQ was a tough decision, but then again, it wasn't. So what I did was I bought 267 puts, which is pretty much right where we closed yesterday. And instead of getting a weekly, I got something 2 weeks out. Because my strategy was, okay, look, I might have not gotten the time right, or when I think there's going to be a pullback, but I think that there is going to be a pullback in the next, day, 2 days. Worst case scenario, I'm going to average down because of the amount of time I have on this option. I'll be able to trade my way out of it. All right. And let me tell you, when I woke up this morning, I instantly regretted being in QQQ. And I was like, I should have waited. I should have just waited. And I was like, oh my God, it's going to be a bloodbath. Because when I first woke up, it was gapping up to like 269.50. Something nuts. And then I was just like, I started to see it fade. And, the market opens. And so I got in at 545. I realized, like, hey, I'm actually not down that much. I was down like 55 cents. So I was like, oh, okay, cool, this is manageable, right? And I was like, oh, should I average down? I was like, let it drop $1 and then I'll average down. So in that situation, what I would normally do was I just buy 2 times my position. Once I think that the stock is settled and it looks like it's gonna pull back. So I was ready to double up. But then QQQ started to do what I was hoping, which it started to fade. And everybody was just kind of talking about QQQ, just this move was nuts, how everything's rotating out of tech. And, at the end of the day, the thing ends up going. I get back to break even. And I think my first take profit was 570, and then 584, and pulled out at 570 again. Got flat my position. And the reason I wanted to kind of go into it, oh, by the way, QQQ, that option, I sold it way too early. But the point was, the reason that I pulled out was I was like, okay, look, this is QQQ. I got to respect it, right? So let me take my profit. I dodged a bullet in the morning. And then if it pulls back under 5, yeah, maybe I'll get back in. Maybe I'll choose a higher option. That way I can swing the option, reduce my risk. I didn't get it. All right? So what did I do? I immediately start targeting IWM because it was on my list anyway. So IWM, out of all the indexes, is the weakest, okay? It's also the one with the most overvalued by far. Ridiculous. And, for the people that caught my stream last night on the TTG channel, we talked about swinging options, right? To take small gains and turn them into big gains. And that's exactly what we did today. So we were very patient. I went with a 147.50 put, 2 weeks out, again, giving myself time just in case. And the reason I chose 157.50 is because that was a resistance before, and now it becomes support. And I was my hope was that it would just break. We got into that option at $3, and look, picking the very bottom on the option is always tough. But we got in at 3. It bounced around a little. First take profit, and so I jump on the mic and I go, look, I'm taking profit here at 3.15. Not because I'm happy about 15 cents, but because it's going to be a very choppy day, and I already know that. And I think that we'll be able to get this option cheaper. And I just want to have some insurance if that scenario plays out. So I take 3.15. Then I think I took 3.25. Next take profit, then 3.35, and 3.30. Now I'm at 75% of my position, and we start pulling back again. So I was like, okay, now I've watched the option. I feel a little bit more comfortable. Reload at 304. And guys, we reloaded 304, and it was just boring, right? It was boring. And it was boring for a little while. And guess what? We got to take profit again, 320, 325. And then it started to pull back. And then I jump on the mic and I go, look, guys, rather than go back at the 147.50, I go, I'm going to keep what I've got left, in this option. But instead of reloading the 147.50, we're going to go with the 148. Because we know that we're going to go with the 148.50 because we know, if once it breaks under 148, there's a lot of support down there. So we want to catch as much of this move and make as much of a profit. So I paid a little bit more, and what I said to everybody was, hey, I want to buy this option, cheaper than the highest price I sold the 147. And we got a 2-cent buyer at 3.37. I know some people got it at 3.30. And we just sat on it. And we sat on it for pretty much the rest of the afternoon. And then guess what happened? I didn't do it, I'm broke. And it was quick. Next take profit on that option was 375 or 371, I want to say. And then the next take profit, 384, and then I got flat at 370. And, it ended up going to 395 or something, and I was already out. And what I said to everybody was, hey, look, this is one, I came, Grandpa Wolf jumped on the mic and said, guys, look, if I was still in here, this is where I would be taking profit, right? I'm not going to worry about this move, and if I miss it, because I know tomorrow's another day, and you never know with these. And now, looking at IWM, it's going to gap up. So tomorrow, I know I'm going to get another shot at it, because I completely maxed out the profit that I could on this basically Frankenstein trade. I think on the 147.50 trade, I took profit. It was either 5 or 6 times on it. And guys, I know that it might not seem like a lot, like 15 cents, 30 cents, 35 cents. Oh, and I forgot, yeah. And then the rest of my IWM that I had, those 147s, yeah, I got flat at those at 325. So that ended up actually being a pretty good trade too, from 304. But the point being is, people are like, oh, you only made 15 cents on an option, or you only made 30 cents on an option, you only made 40 cents on an option. All right, so I made 47 cents on that 148.50 option. You guys understand that every penny on an option equals $1. Okay, every penny. So when you've got 50 options, every 10 cents that goes up, you're making $500. Every 10 options you got that goes 10 cents, $100. Every 5, 20 cents, you make $100. So it ends up being a lot of money. And, you know, I was just pretty much chilling the entire day. And I think a lot of you guys were. And, you know, today was kind of an exercise in patience. And to what Mike was saying earlier, it was a really choppy day. You know, I was seeing stuff, people were going after SPY, you know, they're buying puts, they're buying calls, just getting run over. Because, you know, they had no strategy. Their strategy was to market order in and think that they could just, you know, quickly sell. And they're just getting run over, you know, like trying to scalp the SPY or whatever. You know, what we did today was just, you know, look, out of the indexes, IWM, I think, is low volatility. And when that thing trades in a range, it's beautiful because it just goes back and forth all day, and it's just really slow. You know? And that's the thing, like, you know, I call these, like, Frankenstein trades because, you know, like, look, Mike had a 40% trade on NOVN. You know, I haven't figured out what the percentage is on the IWM trade. But I know, because of the amount of times that we flipped it, that it's at a minimum 40%. So this is one of the reasons why you guys need to learn options. You know, because look, you could buy, if you bought $1,000 worth of IWM and you caught that whole move, you made $400. You know? Which actually is really good. If you bought, you know, $3,000 worth of this, and you made pretty much the same amount, if not more, especially if you're flipping it back and forth. So that's why you guys need to learn how to trade options. This is a tool that is really, really important for everybody. And, you know, and also when you're trading options, take your profit, like I always say, you know, Grandpa Wolf says, because you got to take what the market gives you, because tomorrow you could get news that's good and your puts just go to shit, basically. You know, holding puts overnight, I hate doing it. So yeah, and then at the end of the day, I got into U.S. Steel puts. I got into the August 21st $8 puts. I'm not worried about those, especially considering I crushed the last, you know, we all crushed the last U.S. Steel trade. I basically bought the entire position with house money from that trade, but also because I think U.S. Steel needs a breather, and I think that the SPY needs a breather, QQQ needs a breather, and if the indexes start pulling back, well, U.S. Steel is going to pull back also. Not knowing that doesn't mean I'm going to change my strategy. It's not going to be any different. I'm still going to take profit like crazy, look to re-enter, you know, look to reload, you know, get a bigger position and have that kind of buffer of profit to keep me in the trade longer. And that's really all that matters when you're trading options. It's time and insurance. So I know a lot of you guys did well on that trade. I'm very pleased. And yeah, any questions?
Anybody have any questions for the Wolf on his IWN or the QQQ? You see Bradley's question, Wolf?
Yeah, can you explain how to play an option on expiration that a 30-cent could go to $5? Yeah, guys, that's happened a lot. I think I was talking about that. Mike, do you remember back in March, I remember you posted a tweet that you guys had an insane move on the SPY, and it was like a 500% gain, and I was like, hold my beer.
Oh, yes, I do.
I threw my 2 Apple trades in there. So, guys, in March, when we're experiencing like the most insane volatility, and Mike was just talking about the algos like pumping in orders at the end of the day that didn't fill. Well, one of those days, like at the end of each day, I was playing lottos. Okay, so I was basically buying options that were like $5 out of the money, $3 out of the money, whatever, and just rolling the dice, but absolutely crushing it. Like I would buy an option for 10 cents and it would go to $2. Okay. When the option is about to expire, okay, at the end of the day, if there's no hope, or if the market perception is no hope, that option's going to die. On that day, I had 2 options. I had 260, I think it was 267.50 Apple calls and 265 Apple calls, and I bought one for 67 cents, and then I bought the other ones. I bought 5 or 10 at 15 cents. And the one that I bought for 15 cents went all the way down to 3 cents and closed at $5. All right? So put that in perspective. It's like, I think just from the 15 cents, it was like a 6,000% gain in like 5 minutes. And the other one, the one that I got for 67 cents, ended up closing at $11. And so those options, I remember the amount that I paid for them combined was like $175, and I made like $5,000 on it. Something insane. But that's what can happen. Like the other day, I got into 318 puts on the SPY. I held over the weekend, and it gapped up on Monday, and I was just like, all right, this thing's fucked. So I ended up selling my options at 31 cents. I took a $2,600 loss on the position because I only bought 20 over the weekend, which I thought was conservative. I was like, I only bought 20. That option went all the way down to 3 cents. And then the SPY cracked. That option ended up closing at $2. So, look, it can happen. That's why you'll always, in TTG, on days where like options are expiring on the SPY, we'll talk about it like, are we gonna gamble? Like, here's the lotto I'm looking at. And we're playing these pumps. So, that's another reason, if you ever heard me talk about Tesla, I always say, I won't play Tesla until 3 o'clock on a Friday, when those options are just, completely destroyed. And I'll buy an option that's like $10 out of the money. And that option of like 20 cents. And I've done that where I bought something for 20 cents. I bought like 10, and it went to $3 in like 20 minutes. So that's what can happen. And that's why everybody needs to learn how to play options,
The end. No, like
The end.
Anybody have any questions, guys? No?
I don't know what flow algo is.
Me neither. I've never heard of flow algo.
Guys, I trade from my phone, so if you're asking me charting questions, you got the wrong guy.
Yeah, guys, it's really the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. Like I've got a badass trading setup, I've got, 3 monitors and my laptop computer, and Jason trades from his cell phone. I shit you not. Like, I've seen it. He's like sitting in a lawn chair in his backyard in a robe, his Star Wars coffee mug, with his phone in the other hand, and he's buying Roku put options. And I'm like, what? What is this guy doing? That is literally, I'm not exaggerating. That is how he trades. It's a great.
If like E-Trade is acting up, like especially E-Trade Mobile, and I have to, trade on my desktop, I'm like furious. I don't even want to trade that day. So the only time my laptop is open is when I'm talking to people in TTT. And everybody's like, "Oh, let me see your trade setup." I'm like, "Hold on, I just hold my phone up." And guys, the reason it is guys, I don't need a lot of things for the type of trading that I'm doing. And what I mean by that is, when I buy stock, yeah, I could buy stock from my desktop. If I'm taking long positions, I don't care, because I'm usually, I'm making good investments, so I'm not going to get blown out on them. If I'm buying options, I just like, to see everything like right in the palm of my hand, buy and sell with my thumb. That's it. And it's not like I don't need like TC2000, because I already know what I'm looking for. Guys, if you know, like my whole thing is I watch the ticker. I just watch how it trades. I watch a lot of different stocks, and I have a feel for those. Like, I don't trade options in something I've never traded options in, or something I've never watched. So when I do get into these positions, guys, I'm really using very basic stuff. And, the one thing I use that everybody uses is I look at volume, I look at the MACD, and I look at the moving averages. That's it. That's all I need.
I really dig the cell phone trading.
Guys, I've been trading this way since I started trading. I used to do it on an iPad. Now I don't do that.
Shy Khan says, Mike, what makes you go full size or tier in? So I'll tier into my positions, guys. When I tier in, I go tier 1, which is just 25% of my desired size. When I do that, okay, when I go tier 1 into a position, it's usually either because, I think I see something, but I'm not quite sure. So I just want to test the waters a little bit. If it's a setup that I'm perhaps maybe early on, but I believe in the setup and I think I'm right, I'll tier myself in so I can just get a starter feeler position at a lower price point. And then I'll add to that position when I get confirmation. So this is the tier trading strategy that you guys learn in the courses. It's designed to help you stay in winning trades longer and help you keep losing trades small. I always tier out of my winning positions in 25%, 50%, and 25% increments. You can play with those percentages depending on how you're trading and depending on market environments. Like if you want to take 50% first and then 25, 25, you definitely could. But typically I go 25, 50, 25. But most of my trades, I go in full size right off my initial entry, but I'll tier in, like I said, on situations where I think I see something, but I'm not quite sure. And then when I get confirmation on what I thought I saw was actually correct, then I'll add to my full size. The idea of that is that hopefully when you add to your position, it's because you got confirmation. Like if you think you see a bull flag, then all of a sudden you get confirmation when it breaks out of the bull flag, you get a real strong increase in volume out of that bull flag. Like that's your confirmation. So the idea is that after you get the confirmation, adding to the position at that point puts you in a higher probability situation. And that's what trading is about. Trading is about statistical probability and putting yourself in high probability setups. It's not about being right or wrong. Okay, it's not about being right or wrong. Like being a good poker player is not about being right or wrong. A poker player does not with 100% certainty know what cards the other player has in their hands. They have an idea of what cards are in their hands. They don't know with 100% certainty because they don't have X-ray vision. They can't see through the cards. Okay. Same thing with a trader. A trader has an idea on where they think the stock is going to go, but they don't know with 100% certainty. It's all about statistical probability. That when I see this particular setup that fits this specific criteria, 70% of the time the stock's going to go up when I see this setup and I see this criteria. Okay, that's statistical probability, and you want to put yourself in those situations. So the idea is that, like, when you see a setup, right? You think you see it, you're not quite sure, you want to go tier one. So if you're wrong, you get stopped out, you're only getting stopped out on 25% of your position size. So let's say you wanted to buy 1,000 shares of a stock. 250 shares would be your tier one. And then when you get confirmation that what you thought you saw was actually confirmed, then you add that 750, you get up to your full size, and then you ride that trade. That's one time when I would go into a tier one, tier two situation. The other times would be maybe if I really want to get a certain position size on a particular stock based on where I think the stock is going to make a move to. Now, this is something that I really don't want new or inexperienced traders to worry about, but this is more for experienced traders that are really trying to focus on taking advantage of confidence plays where you're really confident in a particular setup and you want to really get that extra position size to really capitalize on the move, but you don't want to take on a higher level of risk than you would normally. So let's say you love this stock at $10. You think it's going to go to $12.50. You really want to buy this stock. You're trying to buy the thing in front of $10. You're trying to get long at $10.10, $10.15, but the stock is just not pulling in. It's at $10.30, $10.35, and you're like, man, you just want to get this size, but you might not get the opportunity for the stock to pull itself back in. So you lower your position size to buy the stock at that $10.30, $10.35 area to account for that extra distance to your stop loss so that you're not taking on extra risk. Because if you went full size, let's say my average risk per trade is $5,000. So if I'm wrong, I'm going to lose $5,000 on a trade. Okay, that's like my average risk that I put on per trade, and I stick to that. When I'm trading red hot and I'm on fire, I'll push that to 6, 7. Okay, when I'm trading really poorly, I'll drop down to like 3,500, 4,000. Okay, that's my risk. Okay, so I will position size myself based on that $5,000 number. So no matter what the price of the stock is, whatever it is, where I'm entering that stock to where my stop loss is, I'm going to position size myself so that I'll lose $5,000 if I'm wrong. Okay. Now, in certain situations on a particular trade where I want to get big, certain position size, but it's too far away, like my entry at 10.15, that is, if I want this position size, 10.15 has got to be my entry in order for me to risk $5,000. But if I'm forced to enter at 10.30, 10.35, I'll lower my position size and enter the trade at that 10.30, 10.35 area to see if I then, it'll be like a smaller tier, even though it'll still be a similar risk. And then I can add to that position at a later point when I get confirmation that I'm actually correct on the trade. So those are the two situations where I will maybe tier myself into a position. But for the most part, most of my trades, I enter full size when I initially go after the trade. All right, guys. I think that does it for us here tonight. It's about our 2-hour session here. We've been on here for a while. It's 11 o'clock. It's getting pretty late. What I want to do real quick before we go is I want to remind all of you, and a lot of people that were asking me about memberships, and I'm telling you guys now, my private study mentor group sessions are badass awesome. You guys are going to absolutely love them, okay? But they fill up very, very quickly. And what I'm telling you guys now is I'm doing one tomorrow. It filled up like this. It filled up in a couple hours like that. So my next one will be next week. For those of you that sign up by midnight Pacific time tonight or 3 a.m. Eastern time tonight, we'll guarantee a seat for you in my next trading study mentor group session next week, where I'm going to cover a variety of different topics, both technical and mental, in a much more in-depth, detailed setting, in a private, intimate setting where it's just going to be a handful of traders and members that are part of the TGD family, so you guys can also converse and communicate with other TGD members. Okay, so that's going to be next week. Now, again, it's going to fill up very quickly. It'll probably be full in the next couple of days. As soon as I put it up on the website, it's probably going to fill up in a couple hours. But for those of you that sign up tonight, I'm going to reserve a seat for you in that class. Okay? I'm going to reserve a seat for you in that class for next week. Use the coupon code TTG720. Get a 36% discount on a 1-year all-inclusive membership to True Trading Group. That's going to get you guys 1-year access to the chat room. It's going to get you access to their premium blog, the TTG forum, the trade simulator, the stock screener, the mobile app, the Trader Palooza events, all of our workshops. You'll get the access to the private study mentor group session, and you're going to get access to all the courses. The beginner stock trading courses, advanced stock trading courses, beginner options, advanced options, trader psychology part 1, trader psychology part 2, how to thrive during a stock market crash, how to do taxes, doing taxes as a trader. All of those courses are included. We just launched that course today. Okay, so just today we just launched that course on doing your taxes. We had a CPA put together that course section for us. I get a lot of questions from people about taxes. Okay, when it comes to being a trader, I don't know anything. I just give everything to my accountant. My CPA handles all of my tax information. So I had the CPA put together a course specifically for the TGD family to help you guys out with your taxes. That course we just published today. Okay, that is included in your membership. And I'm working on a swing trading course that's going to be published next. That is also going to be included in your membership. Every single time I come out with a new course or we add a new resource or tool to the platform, you instantly get access to it, guys. Like I said before, it's about time that you get a true professional education. Join the TGG family. Do not waste another minute because our prices are going up in August. And for those of you that sign up tonight, we'll get a guaranteed spot reserved in my next Trader Mentor Study session. Otherwise, you guys are going to have to wait a little while to get access to my next group session because they book up very quickly, and I like to keep the groups small. So I will, if you guys want to get into one of those classes ASAP and you don't want to wait a month or two to get access to one of those courses because they fill up so quickly, sign up tonight and I will reserve a seat for you with that coupon code TTG720. Your seat will be reserved. You'll get a 36% discount on the membership and you'll get locked in at that price. So when prices go up in August, you don't have to worry about it. You got in at the cheapest price available today. Okay, so use that coupon code, guys, TTG720. Okay, tomorrow, Raghu K was saying, Mike, how do I join that mentor study group tomorrow? I sent a couple emails. Raghu, TTG Adam is going to be reaching out to everyone that's registered for the group tomorrow, for the class tomorrow. TTG Adam is going to contact each and every single one of you guys tomorrow to help you guys get scheduled and set up for the Trader Mentor class. It starts at 5 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. Okay, so my session starts at 5 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. That class is already full, guys. So like I said, for those of you that register tonight, that sign up to TG tonight, we'll get a guaranteed spot reserved for my next one next week. Okay? That's it, guys. All right. Take care, everybody. Thank you guys for joining me on this live stream. Make sure to like this video if you have not done so already. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And of course, hit that notification bell. Make sure you guys don't miss out on any more of my videos or live streams or the Wolf's videos, the Wolf's live streams when we come on and we start talking about technical and mental lessons and taking live Q&A sessions and sharing with you guys all this information. Thank you guys. You guys are awesome. You've been great. I hope you guys learned something with this NOVN trade. I'll see you guys tomorrow and look to build on top of what was a nice, beautiful day today, a beautiful home run trade with NOVN. Let's build on top of that and keep that momentum going into tomorrow. Take care, guys. Have a wonderful night. Remember, TTG720. I'll see you guys in chat. Take care, guys.
Later.